Hey guys, it's Zach here. Welcome to the Bat Cave, the home office, and this is where I typically do most of my consulting calls, coaching calls. You know, a lot of you know that I work with a small group of people all year. Through 12 months, I work with them to help them build their business, really grow their business. And everybody's different. So everybody has different needs. And so really what I want to talk to you today about is kind of getting out of your own mind a little bit about if you are in a market that's bad. I want to talk to you about a student I just got off the phone with. Her name's Shirley. And kudos to you, Shirley, for such great success and following direction. She lives in a market that is just not that great of a market. So we had to do some market segmentation. We did some market research. We built out some matrices, and we identified a virtual market that she could get what she wanted, and that was some cash flow properties. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in her virtual market. And so, you know, it took us a little bit to identify it, but once we were there, we were finding crazy amounts of deals. And so you can do the same thing. Now, one of the things that I want you to get real clear on this is what cash on cash return is. Because that's ultimately all you need to be focused on. Cash on cash return. What is the rate in which your money is making you when you invest in a piece of real estate, as in the amount of cash going in and the amount of cash coming out? And so I want you to be real clear on that. And so we've identified two really good deals. She's already getting these under contract. They're going to be fabulous portfolio properties. One's a fourplex, one's a triplex. And so to talk to you about the triplex real quick, the triplex was a great little deal. We communicated with the seller on a few occasions. It's got a long-term tenants in it, and but we were able to get the seller down to $100,000 on this triplex, and we got him to add a roof, a brand new roof to the property. And so that's great because that helps us in what we refer to as deferred maintenance. And so not only did we get the seller down to $100,000, which is in that threshold, and I teach this, that if you can buy properties between $30,000 and $35,000 that rent for $500 a month, you're doing really good. That's a threshold. So if you can get units, a threeplex for $90,000 to $105,000, then you're inside that threshold. So we got him down to $100. The rents are right at $500. They're $495, which made this deal just perfect on the surface. So we had to dig a little bit more, and as we started running our numbers, listen to this one. So we were able to get this triplex with a net, meaning, and when I say net, let's be very clear. I'm talking about we're taking out management fees. We're taking out all incurred expenses on the property. We're also taking out debt services on this property. Debt services mean mortgage payment, taxes, and insurance. So we're taking out all the primary expenses. But one other thing that I teach that I think is very important, sorry about that, what I think is very important is a reserve account. You have to have a reserve account, because if you don't have a reserve account, then what happens when you have a maintenance issue down the road? You got to pay for it out of your pocket. So we build a reserve account. What happens if there's a vacancy? Well, then we're short money that month because it was vacant if we don't have a reserve account. And so the reserve account helps us keep the property stable. And when there's a vacancy, we can pay ourselves out of that reserve account. If there's a maintenance issue, we can pay for the maintenance out of the reserve account. So not only do we subtract all the expenses, but we also take out a 15% reserve account. And after all that was ran, we ended up with a 44% cash on cash return. Boom! That is what we're talking about. That, my friends, is how you make money. Is when you're making, let's say, you know, it drops down to a 35%. The point being is that type of cash on cash return is extraordinary. You can get that on single families, buy them. You can get that on duplexes, buy them. You can get that on triplexes, buy them. Fourplexes, buy them. There's no way to go wrong when you have that large of a return. Now, let me tell you about another deal Shirley's working on right now, which is a fourplex. We got this fourplex right in that range. If you think 35 times 4 is what? 140,000. So we got this seller down to 140,000 on this fourplex. It brings in gross rents of about 32,000. When you add in all the nets and the NOI on this thing, it brings it down to about 15,000 net operating income. Now, her cash on cash return for that is at 49% cash on cash return. Those deals are out there. You've got to get the right help and support to get those deals. So Shirley, kudos to you for following direction, for investing in yourself, believing in me to help you get to the next level. I'm proud of you, Shirley. You're going to double your money in like literally 2 years on that investment, on both of those investments. And here's the best part. This lady is a firecracker. She is out there. She's making the phone calls. She's running the numbers. She does it every day. Every day I talk about this. Do something every day. And she's just making it happen. And that's the beauty. She's making it happen. So I'm proud of you, Shirley. Kudos to you. 2 investments bringing in over 45% cash on cash return for you. That's how you move your market in the industry. See you later, guys. Bye now.